Greetings guys and girls and fellow gamers, my name is Games for Kicks and welcome to something totally different today. Today we're gonna be taking a look at the teaser trailer of Jaws of Extinction, an upcoming open world single and multiplayer sandbox survival game. Jaws of Extinction has been developed by an indie company called Know Your Enemy Creations and is expected to release as a public alpha into early access on Steam around Q3 of 2017. They have a greenlight page at the moment, which they posted on the 12th of January. I'm gonna leave the links to everything I'm describing, of course, in the description below. So you can check it out there for yourself as well. In addition, the game will also have a Kickstarter campaign, which helps them to fund the game for publishing on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. The campaign might have already started by the time you see the video. If not, it will be shortly thereafter. And as soon as I know and I have the link, I will post it, of course, in the description below as well. Now, before we continue, let's watch the teaser trailer for Jaws of Extinction, and after that, we're gonna have a look at some of the features that the game is aiming for. So I hope you enjoyed. I see you guys in a second.
Eden-Nadir was a beautiful place. I grew up on this island. It was a paradise. A home. And now, the outbreak has hit the shores of Eden-Nadir. Our perfect home is suffering from an infection. But together, we will be the ones to cure it. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only the light can. We must stand together. Humanity itself is in the jaws of extinction.
Now, the features mentioned in the trailer: open world, gathering resources, building and crafting equipment, bases, fighting multiple AI, wildlife, undead, military NPCs, follow the story or quest or play at your own pace, and gain a massive arsenal of weapons and vehicles. We saw the helicopter, a tank, and they also were saying machete on horse. Now, horse riding, that sounds very interesting to me as well. If we look at all these features together, the vibe I get, and probably because I'm currently playing this series, is State of Decay, except with multiplayer. So that alone sounds pretty much amazing. But then again, that's my own interpretation when I see all these items coming together, which may or may not be actually the case. So don't take my word for it. You know, we're gonna have to wait and see how it plays out, of course. When we look at the open world feature, the game is set on a massive fictional island called Eden-Nadir, which is full of beautiful sights, living wildlife, and new places to explore and build. Now, while you're out there gathering resources, building your base and collecting your materials and fighting zombies and do whatever you do, you of course have to look after your vital signs. You have your health, your thirst, and your hunger. However, what I found very interesting is that in this game, the vital signs have been based off a real human health system. Your hunger will deplete over 21 days before it affects your health, and your thirst over 3 days before it starts messing with your health. And of course, this all depends on how much you run, you know, how much you use your stamina, how much you rest and you eat. So that sounds very interesting, alright. One of the things the trailer also mentions is that you can follow stories and quests, or you can play at your own pace. The story as it is about a virus that has taken hold of humanity, destroyed everything is going to die, world's end, all that jazz. However, some people have a rare genetic immunity to the infection. So of course the military, being what they are, round everybody up under the false pretense to give them a safe place to live and protect them, only to incarcerate them in a prison off the shores of the island of Eden-Nadir. In an attempt to find a cure, of course, they experiment on them and, you know, humanity is no better off. Months go past, everything is gone, no cure is found, and the military eventually goes rogue. Take everything from the locals by force on the island. Now, of course, the island people are not happy about it, and under the leadership of Eden-Nadir, create a resistance to fight back against the military tyranny. They also heard about what's going on in the prison, that the people are being experimented on, and they engineer a breakout. And Eden-Nadir decides that he wants to find the cure to the virus himself, but to do so, he needs someone to bring him the results of the Lockcrest prison experiments. And yes, that someone is you. And that's, I suppose, where you come into the story. Now, if we head over to their website, which I also will have linked in the description below, we can see other features mentioned. One of the features being world events. The island is inhabited by human life and the people always have work to be done. So if you decide to help them out, they decide to reward you, which I think is a pretty fair trade and makes the game interesting because you don't just feel like running around, killing zombies, collecting things, gathering things, and it gives you a little bit of a feel like the world is actually alive, which is very nice. Another thing they mention is character growth. Now, your character will grow to your strength as you progress through the game, developing skills according to your playing style, which is really nice as well. It makes you, the way that sounds, again, that's all my own interpretation, it makes you sound like the character will be kind of an extension to you, rather than just a dummy that you play to get through the game. Now, looking at an interview between KYE's lead developer Ryan and Game Tyrant, which I also will have linked in the description below, a few questions have been asked there, which I think are very interesting, because I'm assuming you're going to have the same questions. I'm only going to go through one or two of them, because you can read the rest of it like yourself. As I said, I have it linked in the description below. One of the questions is what you can expect when you start playing the game. So the first thing you do is select your character, male or female, and then you're going to start a single player tutorial, which will teach you the mechanics of the game as you escape the prison. I think that's pretty cool, ties in with the story and gets you a feel for both the mechanics and the story, which is great. When talking about gameplay, they're saying that you can either play in first or third person view, each having their own perks and disadvantages. Now, we already heard about hunger and thirst, how when it depletes, it starts affecting your health, but they also have body temperature and, interestingly enough, no stamina. What they instead have of stamina is energy. Energy depletes over 24 in-game hours and can only be replenished, just like in real life, by resting, eating, or drinking. And as your energy depletes, your character will go slowly into adrenaline mode, causing the camera to shake, and it will slowly start depleting all your other vital stats. So you can see how not replenishing your energy can get you into serious trouble, and the sound of that is pretty interesting. As the developers talk about the building system, they're mentioning that it's based off the Rust legacy system, with parts of the new system, such as the building wheel. Another thing they're mentioning is prefabricated buildings, such as stores and police stations, and houses and so on, and that you can claim them, and then once you claim them, they will auto-fortify, allowing you to upgrade areas to build vehicle maintenance areas, sniper towers, and so on. It sounds interesting very much, and it does also give me a little bit of a State of Decay vibe there. Again, my own interpretation. We all know it could end up completely different, but it sounds very interesting. Now, I'm gonna leave the game here, guys. We looked at the trailer and we looked at some of the features of the game. Now, if you're wondering what my personal interest is or why I'm following the progress of it, it's simply because I like the sound of it. I'm playing State of Decay in the moment, and when I heard Game Edge mention it a couple of weeks ago on Twitter, I was like, first, yeah, whatever, survival game, and then I looked at more detail at all this, and I think, wow, the developers are really aiming high here, of course, but if they can pull all this off, we actually could have something very interesting and different enough to set itself apart from other survival games. But you let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is it something you're looking forward to follow the progress? Is it some of the features stand out and might pique your interest? Let me know what you think. Is it just gonna be another generic survival game? In the comments below. If you have any questions for the developers, also put them in the comments below and I'll see if I can get them answered for you. Otherwise, you know what to do. If you enjoyed the video, remember to kick that like button in the balls, and I hope I see you guys in another video. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, as always, viel Spaß and happy gaming.